Fala aí galera do Game Mais, bem-vindo de volta. Mais um dia aqui de live no nosso canal. E pra você que tá se perguntando aí, né, por que a gente tá fazendo essa live hoje? Hoje a Ubisoft simplesmente, né, ela vai fazer aí uma showcase, um lançamento do evento sobre Assassin's Creed Shadows, um evento focado aí nesse próximo lançamento de Assassin's Creed. Então a gente vai ver o que a Ubisoft vai mostrar pra gente aí nesse evento. Então a gente vai cobrir aqui junto com vocês esse grande evento aí da Ubisoft e também a gente vai ver se realmente o jogo está legal aí, né? Porque creio que esse aqui é um dos eventos antes do lançamento, que já é essa semana. E então é o último pedido aí da Ubisoft para mostrar o que eles têm pra gente. Então, creio que vai vir uma coisa bem legal. E a gente vai poder aí, junto com vocês, ver se o jogo está aí funcional, se ele tá bonito mesmo, e se tá tudo isso aí que a turma fala. Creio que vai ter bastante coisa legal. A jogabilidade já mostrou, né? E já teve bastante coisa. Então, vai ter as coisinhas que a gente não viu também. Que a Ubisoft sempre traz coisas aí antes do tempo de lançamento dos seus jogos. Mas, né, antes da gente ver o evento em si, né, eu vou dar uma passadinha no canal deles oficiais, porque ele soltou algumas coisas sobre Assassin's Creed aí ao decorrer aí dos meses, então a gente vai vendo enquanto o evento em si não começa, que ele está aí para dar início, né? Creio que aqui no horário de Brasília, 1h15. Então a gente vai vendo aí alguns vídeos deles durante aí esse tempo que falta pra gente. Mas se você curte aí nosso canal, né, as nossas notícias sobre games, se vocês curtem aí também tudo que a gente traz aqui pra vocês, né? Então, pra você não perder nada, cara, aqui no nosso canal, você se inscreve aí, que é gratuito, não custa nada, né? Vocês aí acabam ajudando a gente a trazer mais conteúdos, a estar mais motivado cada vez mais para trazer conteúdos para vocês. E também é um conteúdo que a gente faz com carinho para vocês e não custa nada aí a sua inscrição, beleza? Também se você curte a live, deixa seu like e pode ir comentando aí que a gente vai trocando ideia junto com vocês. Beleza, galera? Ó, vamos dar uma olhadinha aqui. Eles soltaram outro dia, achei muito interessante, foi qual? Foi esse daqui, não, é um bem... Acho que é esse aqui, ó. Deixa eu baixar um pouquinho aqui, vamos ver a qualidade. Vou colocar nessa qualidade aqui. Vamos ver um aqui enquanto isso. E aqui mostra um pouco, né, da jogabilidade com a Naoi. Opa, deixa eu aumentar aqui. Legal também esse negócio de marcação, né, que os inimigos vão ter ali. Creio que são ali do mais... o inimigo mais fraco pro inimigo mais forte. O jeito que ela entra nas fronteiras ali, nos fortes, são legal o jeito que ela tem essa parte. Ali são os níveis de cada inimigo. Aquele ali é um samurai um pouco mais forte. Tem alguns atributos. Uma oportunidade de você cancelar o alarme, que é bem legal você fazer isso primeiramente, tá? Deixa eu ver se tem aqui uma legenda pra gente. If things go awry and we have to disappear in a hurry, it's going to be harder here because the roofs are just not that high. So we are going to take our time. Yeah, the Samurai Daisho is by far the most dangerous enemy in this area. And since we have a Tanto equipped, this is a perfect setup for a double air assassination. A oportunidade de assassinato, ó. This Daisho is pretty strong, but no matter. A quick change of headgear with a particular perk that gives us one additional chunk of assassination damage on all air assassinations should do the trick. Legal também essas coisas que eles colocaram, o layout, né? Ficou bem bonito. Ó, consegui aí ataques aéreo duplo, né? Let's crouch in the shadows for now and see what happens. Vanishing in the shadows only works whether you're crouched or prone. So keep that in mind. Okay, as long as this guy stays far away, he's not much of a threat, so Kunai é um arremessível, né, que tem. Legal, né? O traje dela, achei bem legal. Eu acho que pra quem gosta do Ghost of Tsushima vai ter bastante referência aí. Ó, uma oportunidade ali pra você jogar dentro do poço, né, creio eu.
There's a lot of open space right in front of us, and it will be hard to close that distance without being seen. Perfect opportunity to call upon our ally Genojo and some of his exploding tricks.
Algumas oportunidades. Ah, que da hora, cara. Deixa meio atordoado, né?
Tanto and Hidden Blade combo, baby. Oh, looks like we spooked a servant here. Now, these guys won't really fight back. But if they spot you, they will try and find some reinforcement and bring them back to the area they saw you in. But since we have no intention of staying here, this guy is not an immediate threat.
Ah, você consegue ter a visão de águia, que é tão famoso, né? Durante aí, ó, a gameplay, para você ver o alvo certo, né? Aquele ali é o alvo, tá? Mas você tem que ir por um caminho diferente, porque se você ir no mesmo caminho, acaba indo e sendo visto, né? Ó, e ela é bem silenciosa. Perto do Yasuke, creio eu que ele é mais barulhento, ele é muito mais forte, muito maior do que ela. Essa opção de chamar, né? Clássica. Ó, isso é bem legal. Você pode matar o inimigo usando aí as portas, né, do Japão, que tem essa temática. Esse negócio de você subir em cima também do... subir em cima do teto pra ele não te ver e mesmo assim você conseguir matar é muito legal, cara. Eu tô bem aí interessado em jogar esse jogo, tá, cara? Vai estar muito legal. Eu sei que muita gente não tá afim de jogar o novo Assassin's Creed, mas eu gosto demais, então eu quero muito trazer ele aqui no canal e também fazer no PlayStation a platina.
But Simon, I hear some of you say, we know already about Naoi's cool shinobi assassin moves.
Vou dar uma pausa aqui pra gente ver como que tá aqui, ó. Ainda falta. Então vamos voltar aqui. A gente tá vendo aqui, ó, os vídeos já que a Ubisoft soltou enquanto o evento não começa, tá, gente? Então aguarda aí que daqui a pouquinho começa, enquanto isso a gente vai vendo aí o que eles já soltaram. Então agora um pouco mais sobre o Yasuke. Esse samurai descendente africano, que ele é bem mais diferente a jogabilidade do que a Naoi, né?
Clearly not as nimble as Naoi, Yasuke still has a pretty respectable amount of traversal skills as long as we read the world differently than we do when we play Naoi. And aiming at his Ashigaru soldier with predictive damage, we can see that he's gonna survive this shot, although his armor is gonna break. Switching to silent arrows bypasses armor and guarantees the kill.
Nossa, que legal. O nível ali da flecha é muito legal. A pressão, né, que ela pega.
So choosing where and more importantly, when to drop is gonna be crucial as we make our way through Nijo's courtyard.
Tem um lago aí que você pode usar também, né, como ao seu favor. Essa coisa da ambientação em volta de Assassin's Creed você vai precisar usar e muito, tá? Os arbustos, o lago, telhados, as cordas que passam entre casa e outra. Muita coisa em volta em si você vai ter que usar para você fazer o seu melhor estratégia para você fazer aquele assassinato. Porque pelo que eu estou vendo aqui, quanto mais furtivo você for, melhor. Você não vai soar o sino, né, deles, o alarme, e isso aí, consequentemente, você consegue fazer em menos tempo. Você consegue fazer com excelência. Se você assoar o alarme, é lógico que vai vir aí inimigos, reforços e assim por diante, que vai deixar muito mais a gameplay mais complexa, né, e muito mais difícil.
So little guard towers like this are always full of arrows and bullets for Yasuke to plunder, making his particular stealth playstyle much more generous than Naoe's more limited and cautious shinobi tool approach. Now Yasuke does have the ability to climb, although his vertical leaps are more limited than Naoe. Similarly, we can reach
Ele tem o Yasuke, ele consegue escalar igual o Naoe, só que ele tem aí algumas ações limitadas, né? E a Naoe, como ela já é menorzinha, né? Ela tem mais velocidade, mais ágil. Ela consegue fazer muito mais coisas. Isso daí é bem legal, ó. Você pode ir rastejando. É simplesmente você ter paciência em fazer aí quando você for fazer essas infiltrações nos fortes aí, pelo que eu estou vendo. Você saber usar bem, né, o que você tem ao seu dispor. Seria aí um arremessável, a flecha, um bom pedido para você usar.
And since Yasuke does not have eagle vision, whistling in a door frame is a sure way to get the attention of whoever might be lurking behind a door and get the drop on them. Hi.
Nossa, caramba, que brutal. É bem legal, né, cara? Finalizações aí dos personagens. Ali deixou os inimigos dormindo.
Hold on, we're gonna get some elevation first and get our bearings. Let's use this crate here.
Ele vai tentar um aéreo, então. Isso é bem legal, você pode ir mudando as suas estratégias durante a gameplay, ó. Tirar o sino. Ixi, vamos ver ele, sai daí. Ixi. Os equipamentos do Yasuke. Ali tem os DPS, né, de quanto tira ou mais dano ou não. Bem legal também. E agora ele vai pro combate corpo a corpo, ó. Nossa. Que isso, cara. Tá brutal. Ah, esse daí é mais forte, vamos ver. Ah, viu? Trocou a arma. Nossa. A pesada que ele deu, cara. Praticamente foi a vida dele inteira, quase. Mas esse daí é legal, que esse inimigo ele tem escudo e também a vida, né? Então você tem que ter um ataque mais forte mesmo. Vamos ver como tá aqui. Falta aí uns 28 minutinhos, beleza. Então vamos voltar aqui. Agora vamos voltar com a Naoe na parte da noite. Cara, olha que da hora esse equipamento dela, né? Nossa, tá muito louco. Tá muito da hora. Ó, pra quem tá se perguntando, eu vou trazer gameplay aí da série, tá? Vou trazer no PC pra gente ver os melhores gráficos aí. E é agora, dia 20, né? Creio eu, quinta-feira. Quinta-feira. Trazer aí pra vocês lançamento do AC.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, that must be a servant. Gotcha.
Nossa.
One more for good luck.
A gameplay com ela eu acho que é muito da hora, porque ela é uma shinobi, né? Então ela tem agilidade. Ela tem algumas coisas que a gente tá acostumado com os ninjas e os samurais. Cara, esse jogo tá muito da hora. Muito, muito legal. Olha lá, você consegue ter uma prévia do que o inimigo é, né? Qual é os atributos que ele tem.
So we're gonna dispatch Yaya to take care of that distraction. She should have no problem dealing with these two grunts. I mean, I think.
Ó, ela não vai conseguir matar ele de primeiro, viu? Porque ele é muito forte. Ela pode dar tirar uma base boa, né, de vida dele. O parry, extremamente preciso. Vai ter que usar bastante esse negócio de esquivar e parry, tá? Senão você vai entrar em combates que você vai perder. Então você tem que usar bem. Uma estratégia muito boa. É usar o parry no momento certo de atacar. Olha lá, ó. Parry perfeito. Boa. Agora um pesadão assim, ó. Você tem que ter mais cuidado, ó. Um golpe desse tira bastante dano aí da Naoi. Nossa.
Hey, Yaya comes in with the assist. Okay, we're gonna deploy some tricks here. Can't assassinate him in smoke, but he won't see this coming either.
Que legal a finalização, né? Tem uma cinemática também. Legal.
Yeah, you tell me. Don't worry, it'll all make sense once you get your hands on the game. For now, let's take a look at the very top of this Tenchu, where this white dot represents the unique Samurai Daisho chest from this castle. Using the grappling hook,
Ela tem um gancho. Esse gancho é bem parecido com Assassin's Creed Syndicate, né? Ele tem a opção de você... Ali aparece o botãozinho para você apertar e você consegue acessar a torres, a edifícios maiores ali, muito mais rápido. Desbloqueia um traje raro ali, né? Ela vai sincronizar isso. Vai sincronizar para abrir, né, o mapa em volta ali.
Let's have a look at the beautiful skyline of Kyoto on a brisk winter morning.
Japão, né, cara? Legal o que o Assassin's Creed chegou. Assassin's Creed, ele tem bastante aí países que ele faz, mas o Japão, em específico, tá sendo bem legal essa nova temática deles. Olha lá. A temática deles do Japão tá bem legal. Ali você consegue ter bastante ponto de interesses, mais pontos de observação, missões próximas. Aquele pulo de fé clássico. O lado furtivo, né, de Naoi e Yasuki.
Now, let's switch over to our samurai and see what we can muster from a full frontal aggressive assault with Yasuke.
Ele é bem mais agressivo.
Okay, first we're gonna pick the Naginata here, which is excellent for crowd control. And because stealth will not be an option here, let's use the Teppo rifle for maximum range efficiency as well. We expect stiff opposition here, so using a full-on armor set with a perk that allows Yasuke to parry unstoppable attacks.
Caramba, olha que da hora o equipamento que ele pegou.
And to literally cap it off, a matching samurai helmet with a perk that deals 50% damage on parries.
Samurai. Caramba, agora ele ficou bruto.
Okay. Are we ready?
Olha lá, ele destrói fácil as coisas. Nossa.
You're done.
Caramba, que da hora, cara.
Nossa. All right. who's next?
Insano, cara.
Okay, I think we're just gonna beeline straight to our target here.
Tá, a gente vai direto pro alvo ou não?
Calling in Yagoro. He'll take care of that sniper while we are running straight into the
Pô, que da hora.
dragon's mouth.
O que ele fez aqui? Pera aí.
He'll take care of that sniper while we are running
Ah,
straight
tá. Ele
into
mandou
the
ali a
dragon's
águia. Que da hora, cara.
mouth. This is gonna be good.
Que da hora. Esse daí eu achei legal. Olha lá, daí ele vai... Ó, o Takashi.
Been looking for you.
Takashi.
Come on, what you got, big man?
Takahashi. Ó, 2 cavalão aí. Vamos ver como que funciona.
We can parry these. There you go.
Nossa.
No, you don't.
É. Tira muito mais vida, ó.
It's you and me, pal.
Só que ele é mais lento também, né? Nossa.
Armor break. So now that he has no armor, we're chipping away at his health. And here
Ah, tem o tempo certo ali, ó, viu? O tempo do parry é quando ele vai te dar o golpe. Ele fica vermelhinho. Para você saber exatamente aonde tem
I
que
know.
bloquear.
People will just have to untangle that mess for themselves. Okay, not bad. Here's to a job well done. 2 die shows dead and 1 secondary target off the board. Now, we've seen Naoe climb the exterior of a Tenshu with ease and agility, but when it comes to Yasuke, sometimes it can be easier to just take the stairs and climb all the way up. You'll find plenty of loot,
Tá subindo ali
occasional straggler,
para ter
and
uma
most
melhor
awesome
visão,
of all,
creio eu.
you'll be able to enjoy our fantastic sound design. Just listen to that rain.
Escuta só a chuva. Ixi, começou a chover lá.
It's awesome. Okay, up the ladder and onto the last floor here. There's the same Samurai Daisho chest we previously talked
Falei,
about.
Johan, beleza? Então, cara, essa aqui foi a... Deixa eu dar uma pausa aqui. Essa aqui foi a gameplay que a Ubisoft soltou pra gente, né? O evento em si não começou, ó, tá programado. Daqui a pouquinho ele começa. Aí a gente tá vendo algumas coisas que a Ubisoft já soltou pra gente, né? E realmente, eu tô gostando muito, sabe? Eu acho que tem muita gente que não tá gostando muito do... Deixa mais baixinho aqui. Não tá gostando muito do jogo, mas eu sou um cara que eu gosto muito de Assassin's Creed. Então eu não tenho como não gostar. Eu vou jogar para me testar, né? Porque a gente vê as cinemáticas e essas gameplay pré-prontas, né? Que eles fazem. Então a gente tem umas dúvidas se realmente tá bom o suficiente do que eles estão mostrando. Mas eu vou jogar no canal, que quinta-feira lança. Vou trazer a gameplay. Mas eu tô muito, muito hypado pra esse jogo. Muito mesmo. Então, tô sim, cara. Tô muito afim de jogar.
For everyone at Ubisoft, we hope you'll join us on the streets of feudal Japan very soon. Have a good one. See ya.
E aqui acaba, né? Aí... O duelo. Então vamos colocar aqui, ó. Outro que eles já fizeram aqui. Eu acho muito interessante isso que a Ubisoft faz. Ela traz bastante separado aí algumas coisas, ó. Que nem eles têm aqui também. Isso que eu achei muito bonito, cara. Que eles fizeram uma propaganda. Propaganda pra televisão. Olha isso. Gameplay atual, ó. Muito da hora, cara.
Against corruption and brutality.
Through deception.
Through virtue.
Hope grows in shadows. A promise whispered.
A vow declared.
An allegiance.
Sealed in blood. From darkness.
A new dawn
Justice.
is forged in the shadows.
Da hora. Deixa eu ver. É engraçado o anti-hook usando aí bots para clicar o Assassin's Creed Shadows. Só por causa do Yasuke, se fosse pelo menos na questão da gameplay e história. Eu até entendo. São só comentários repetitivos. Isso tem que ser investigado, não é normal. É, realmente, você tem um ponto aí, Johan. Ainda falta 17 minutinhos. Olha, cara, eu não tenho como falar muito mal de Assassin's Creed. Não falando mal, né? Não sendo aí um fanboy, é porque eu realmente, os jogos deles eu gosto demais. Então, em partes eu concordo, em partes não. Às vezes dislike num ritmo muito acelerado. Peraí, eu critico a cultura woke, mas o anti-woke está ficando tão patéticos quanto a turma lacrola. Ah, tá, entendi, agora entendi. Não, cara, isso é verdade, tá ficando um pouco chato tem hora, né? Tá certo aqui. Tá ficando bem chato tem hora, porque parece que tá todo mundo politicamente correto, né? Então algumas coisas afetam e muito. Que nem no caso o Yasuke aí, as pessoas foi muito em cima de um jogo aí que seria na cultura japonesa ter um samurai negro, né, cara? A turma foi muito em cima sobre esse assunto. Eu acho que não tem pra que tanto por isso, né, gente? Eu acho que tem, claro, vai ter oportunidades de ter um samurai, né, da cultura mesmo do Japão. Mas eu acho que o que a Ubisoft quis trazer aqui, que as pessoas possam ser que não entendeu, é que seria a história de um samurai que realmente existiu, né? Que ele teve bastante importância na história do Japão na época, no Japão feudal. Então, o Yasuke mesmo, ele tem uma história muito rica dentro do país. E as pessoas simplesmente só criticaram porque não achou legal. E não é bem assim, né? Cara, tinha um outro do Assassin's Creed aqui que era mó da hora, quer ver? Será que é esse aqui? Deixa eu ver se é esse aqui. Essa daí é legal, ó. Parece que o povo, quando se interessou por política, ficaram mais burros. Ficou bem. O mundo, Johan, tá bem chato mesmo, né, cara? Tá muito esse negócio de política aí. Tá deixando as pessoas bem mais burras mesmo. E deixando. E deixando as pessoas achando que tem conhecimento naquilo, né? Eu vou ser bem sincero pra você, quando eu não tenho conhecimento naquilo, eu não saio falando as coisas aleatórias. Eu tento pesquisar sobre, pra mim, achar o melhor ponto e ter minha opinião. Mas as pessoas realmente não têm aí as suas próprias opiniões. Elas pegam ali o que elas acham embasado no que acontece, que tá acontecendo no mundo, e tira a opinião, e nisso acha que tá certo, e aquilo tem que ser daquele jeito, e não é bem assim, cara. Aí tá mostrando um pouco aí sobre os parkours que as pessoas fazem, né, e que foi inspirado o jogo também a ter um parkour diferente. São pessoas reais fazendo uns esportes radicais e com patrocínio, creio eu, da Red Bull. Tá quase começando o evento, agora falta 13 minutinhos, creio eu. Vou deixar um pouquinho aqui. Nossa! Esses franceses doidos da cabeça.
On to the next challenge. Now it's time to try some descending moves from the game.
Nossa.
As you can kind of tell, it's hard to exactly replicate the movement. On to the next challenge. It's time to try Naoe's new tool, the grappling hook.
É, esse daí já é mais difícil, ó. Ixi. Nossa.
Hey! Go, Pasha, climb! Time to find out who
Imagina se a Naoe ficasse jogando assim e não acertasse. A missão ia demorar pra caramba. Nossa. Será que eles não têm coragem de fazer isso? Tá doido.
It's a bit further than 8 meters. Whew. This is getting scary now. I need to get my
Tá doido.
together.
Caramba, pulou mesmo.
Once you go, so good.
It's scary.
Nossa, 8 metros. 10 metros. Ixi. Ah, eu não teria coragem.
Yeah, 10.2. This is the highest one that I've ever jumped. Yeah, no, no.
Nossa.
That was scary as
I'm proud of you, bro. Proud of you. That was so sick.
That was only 2 meters different, but makes it so much different.
Caraca, 12 metros. Você tá louco.
2, 1, go!
Nossa. Vai, quase cai pra fora.
I survived, bro! I survived!
Came down the back half.
I am not happy because I lost all the control. It's like time to break the hip. I'm like, oh, holiday.
Ixi.
Time to dive hard. I'm actually gonna measure it again. A little bit more.
Quantos? Caraca, vai subir mais. Nossa. 15 metros.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Alright. This will be fun. Okay, thanks, Noah.
Ah, você tá doido, velho. Cara, tem que ter muita coragem. Nossa. Caramba, que da hora, ele caiu igual mesmo os assassinos. Ele pulou, né, igualzinho. Caraca, bicho, que da hora. A adrenalina do cara foi lá em cima. Tudo doido os caras. Tá doido, bicho. Tá quase. Ah, eles vão... Deixa eu ver aqui. Ah, jogar no Steam Deck. Isso aí. Aqui são dos primeiros trailers, né, que saiu. Bom, tá quase, hein? Tá quase. Tá quase pra gente ver o que a Ubisoft tá querendo dizer sobre Assassin's Creed. Eu acho que vai mostrar já o que mostrou aí. O que mais mostrou, né? Gameplay, história aí dos personagens. Mostrou bastante coisa. Mas tomara que mostre coisa nova. Senão não faz muito sentido ficar mostrando tudo igual, né? Deixa eu voltar aqui. Tá.
It's hard to remember. Blood.
Isso aqui é sobre a história um pouco, né?
Deeply. Tell me about your nightmare.
There is evil at work in our homeland. Greedy lords who bring war.
He comes. Oda Nobunaga. He is under attack. This blade, it cannot be taken.
What?
Now's the time.
These people don't care about us.
Blood for blood.
Vai ser legal saber como é que eles vão virar aí, né? Entrar no clã dos assassinos. Como é que a história vai casar bem aí com a temática.
I see potential in this man. The black soldier is not one of us. Send him back to wherever he belongs. He may become a legend, or he may die. Duel me? No. Duels belong in the old world. This is the way forward.
Nossa.
You slaughtered innocents!
The blade. It is you.
Ah lá, viu? Tem a parte que eles entram e conhecem o culto dos assassinos.
Our fates are connected.
We have all seen darkness. Some have been that darkness. Because you believe in my cause, we have come together, despite it all. To bring change, to bring light.
Voltei. Legalzinha a musiquinha, né? Bem calminha. Legal também o background que eles deixaram aí. Legal. Dá pra resgatar depois aqui? Bonito, né? Olha. Pôr do sol lá. Esse jogo aí tá com... acho que é uma das melhores temáticas até o exato momento, né? O Assassin's Creed lá na Itália, né? O Brotherhood foi muito bom. Unity, gostei demais na França. O Odyssey, né? O Odyssey na Grécia, achei bastante da hora. O Black Flag não gostei muito. O primeiro, né? Também que se passa lá na Itália. Itália não. Lá na Oriente Médio. O Origins também é bem legal. Mas eu acho que esse em si, o Shadows, eu acho que ele vai ser melhor, né? O lugar que eles escolheram. Acho que Japão é um país muito rico em cultura. A cultura japonesa, ela é muito extensa, tem bastante coisa para se explorar. E eu acho que casou muito bem com a franquia de Assassin's Creed. Então vai ser muito incrível, cara. Eu vou jogar com muita vontade aqui pra vocês, porque realmente é um jogo que eu quero muito, sabe, fazer tudo que tem pra fazer ali, entrar nos fortes, que tem bastante coisa ali que dá pra fazer, ter o melhor build, né, que a Naoi tem, e também o Yasuke. Eu já vou adiantar aqui pra vocês, o estilo de jogabilidade que eu gosto é mais voltado pra Naoi, né, eu acho ela como se fosse um ninja, uma shinobi, eu acho muito mais legal. Então, creio eu que eu vou tentar jogar mais com ela, como a gente vai ter a opção de jogar com os dois, né, em certas ocasiões. Mas o estilo que ela vai ali o confronto dela, né, o combate que ela faz, pra mim é muito melhor, eu acho muito melhor. O Yasuke, eu acho muito da hora o jeitão que ele vai ali, com jeito mais bruto. Mas eu acho que a Naoi é bem legal o jeitinho que ela faz ali em stealth, né? Essas coisas que os ninjas faziam, eu acho muito legal. Tá quase. Cachoeirinha. A ambientação da Ubisoft não tem como reclamar. É incrível, né, o cara, que eles fazem. Todo o jogo eles deixam incrível ali a criação do mapa. É muito boa, cara, muito boa. Se você tem dúvidas para saber se a Ubisoft, né, faz isso ou não, olha bem para a franquia do Unity, né, o Assassin's Creed Unity. Eles colocaram aí milhões e milhões de NPCs ao mesmo lugar e realmente... Aí, ó. Começou.
Let's go. I'm so excited to go to feudal Japan.
We are the shadows.
Aí, ó. Ô, João, fale pra mim no chat, por favor, se o áudio da live e o meu áudio tá bom, por favor.
Our fates are connected.
We have come together, despite it all.
Boa.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Assassin's Creed Shadows launch showcase. I'm your host, Yusuf Garcia McGee, coming to you from Ubisoft Quebec, the lead studio on Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now, we know the game isn't actually out yet, but we did this on purpose, because this way you still have time to pre-order the game and get the post-launch expansion, Claws of Awaji, for free. No gimmicks, no special editions, no extra price. Pre-order any edition of the game and get the expansion for free.
O meu áudio e o da live tá bom então? Tá top? Ô, cara, obrigado, viu, por esse retorno. Eu já leio já que você escreveu em cima, ô João. Vamos curtindo aí o showcase.
even better, we get to do it as two distinct, unique characters. That's right, you haven't been following along. Shadow stars two completely different protagonists, Yasuke a samurai and Naoe a shinobi, and each bring a completely different approach to nearly every aspect of the game. You're gonna learn so much more about them and more in the coming moments, as we have a great show for y'all today. We'll be checking in with the developers on their favorite part of the game, deep diving into the combat and stealth of Shadows, meeting our amazing voice actors, getting you up to speed on the story and setting of Shadows, and even more. After the showcase wraps, stay right where you are because we'll be diving straight into live gameplay and answering some of your questions in chat. But let's kick things off in earnest. In honor of being at Ubisoft Quebec, we thought we'd ask the developers themselves what their favorite part of Assassin's Creed Shadows is. Check it out.
My favorite feature in our game has to be light and shadow gameplay. It's all dynamic, it's always there. When night rolls around, if you stick to the shadows of the building with Naoe or Yasuke, you can sneak past a whole lot of guards, surprise them, get to the core or where you need to go, and then take them out from there. With Naoe, you have ways to just extinguish lights if you want to. You can throw shuriken at them to break them, and there's a servant or a guard patrolling nearby and they notice that this light is off where it should be on because it's the night, they will actually go there to turn it on, and it's a very good way to get the job done this way. You do really feel like a shinobi, and that's super cool.
Something I really like in Assassin's Creed Shadows, it's our dual protagonists. Each time I switch, I really feel they are different, both in terms of gameplay, but also how they look, how they feel when you play with them. Even if I really like stealth and I play with Naoe, sometimes I just want pure action, so I switch back to Yasuke and it feels like a different game in a way.
We've pushed ourselves and we were very ambitious. We wanted to create something that's very dynamic, something that would have an impact on how we play the game that's not only visual. And I'm very proud that we've managed to achieve our vision. This time around, the world will evolve through season, which had us rethink the way we were making assets, such as, let's say, a tree. A tree needs to be supported in winter, spring, autumn, summer. And also we introduced for the first time in Anvil our TGI, which is Ray Trace Global Illumination, which give us real-time GI and also better occlusion, which greatly contributes to the level of immersion and also sit down, connect the objects together.
I think my favorite feature is the observe mechanic. It allows you to tag and look at what's interesting in the world, tag your enemies, tag the loot as you're going through the world. We had the eagle that was telling you what's behind the wall. Now you have to climb up there to see what's behind. It's a change of dynamic and perspective that I think is really refreshing for Assassin's Creed. You meet people in the game and they become your ears and eyes into the world. So they give you opportunities. They allow you to find things that you couldn't find on yourself. So we don't tell you with markers where to go. So it's a system that's integrated into the hideout, keeps the surprises, keep you a little bit scared at times. It keeps you honest.
I really like seasons because it's not just visual thing, it's also a gameplay thing. Or before you would have had to swim to get into the Tenchu, and now it's all frozen. You have bushes that you can hide in it in the spring and summer, and you can't in the winter. The leaves are gone. So this is something I really like. Walking on the roof, you have icicles falling if you're not careful, and that can warn the guards around you. These are the kind of things that are subtle, but they can make a huge difference. Force you to basically approach setup differently.
Okay, I'm a fiend for animations. I love animation details. And I think my personal favorite is there's like a long chest. And first of all, even when Naoe gets into the chest, she does like 5 flips. You can lure people towards the long chest and then grab them and throw them in the chest while like escaping. I think that's like by far my favorite kill in the game. I love that thing. And on cold, crisp winter night, I like to find like the tallest rooftop I can on a Tenchu or something. I just perch, just contemplating, meditative. Who knows what's gonna happen next?
Our protagonists, the characters, I am so excited to hear people, how they feel when they live this journey that the entire team had just poured their hearts into. I think there's so many great emotional moments to connect with, and I really hope that it leaves players as excited about the era and the story as we feel, because there's a lot of heart in what we've done.
Thank you. I can never repay your kindness. But now, I have a different debt to settle.
We just got an inside look at what the people behind Assassin's Creed Shadows love most about their game, and there's so much to be excited about. Considering how different Naoe and Yasuke are, I personally can't wait to experience the new combat and stealth mechanics. In fact, we put together a little something to show you how combat and stealth are leveling up in Assassin's Creed Shadows. Take a look.
Naoe has 3 weapons. She has the katana, she has a kusarigama, and she has the tento and hidden blade combo. So she has a reversed guard with her katana. She can move side to side, she can spin. The kusarigama is a crowd control weapon, so you just swing that thing around, cut everything, push everyone back. Tento hidden blade is much more of a twin dagger combat style. Multiple strikes, multiple stabs, very, very quick.
The tento is a short blade, so it's used with the hidden blade. It's not having a big hurt impact, so you have to dodge and go back to really master this weapon.
Yasuke has access to 5 different weapons. 3 of them are melee weapons, 2 are ranged weapons. So his melee weapon is the large katana. It's the regular katana, but scaled up to Yasuke's massive size. We have the kanabo, which is a giant club. And then we have the naginata, which is a bladed staff that is about 2 meters long. Then on the range side, we have the yumi bow. And then we have the teppo rifle. The long katana for Yasuke is his jack-of-all-trade weapon. The kanabo is the bruiser weapon. It's just a giant club that destroys armor, that will stagger any enemy with the slightest of hits. The naginata is Yasuke's best crowd control option. There's a lot of spins to it. The yumi bow is a very stealthy option.
He has a different type of arrows that he can use. Some of them have affliction like bleed, poison. He can also use the silent arrow.
And then the teppo rifle is much more of a powerhouse. It's high damage. It does a ton of noise, so you will be noticed when you use this. But it's excellent at shredding armor.
The teppo also have a different type of bullets. Some will break armor, some will do some bleed effect, some will even daze enemies.
In fact, there are specific enemy types in which some weapons are better than others. For example, a very heavy armored foe will tend to be easier pickings with the kanabo.
One of the big difference compared to past AC, abilities are linked to the different weapons. So the more you spend your mastery point and you progress in a weapon, the more you unlock skill, abilities, and you become better.
Naoe does not have any ranged weapons per se. She doesn't carry a bow, she doesn't carry a rifle, she cannot pick them up. Her options are her shinobi tools. The main one would be the kunai. She does not carry a lot of them. Then she has the shuriken. This does a little bit of damage, but mostly it's there to stun your enemies.
You can shoot light, you can shoot crates, you can also use it with the quick shot to stagger enemies and then fight back with your melee weapon.
And Naoe has an upgrade where she can throw 3 of them at once. She also has smoke bombs, which is a staple assassin tool, but the way we use it in Shadows is a little different because some enemy archetypes, they dart out of there. And last but not least, we have the Shinobi Bell, and that's useful to attract enemies and have other enemies around look at where the bell landed. Having Naoe being the smallest assassin we've ever made allows us to really leverage the stealthy approach where she is much more acrobatic, much more light-footed, and she can squeeze in very small spaces to hide there. She can jump into hiding chests. She has both parkour up and parkour down, which is a classic we brought back from Unity.
And another big change that we did is to flip the crouch and the evade buttons. Reversing them allow us to be able to prone on roofs, and it allows us to have this dodge button to parkour down.
Meaning that if you are running and you press the dodge button, she will transition in cool fashion, generally with flips, which allows you to jump through a window, go over the ledge of a building and land much lower down. Can you play full stealth as Yasuke? Yes, you can. Now, it's going to be hard. Yasuke does not have a hidden blade, but he still has what we call brutal assassinations. And if you can manage to sneak up behind an unsuspecting enemy, you will be rewarded with a very cool melee weapon assassination.
Since you don't have the access to the eagle sense, you're always on the edge.
And when you do decide to assassinate somebody or brutal assassinate somebody, it will generate a ton of noise. So you have to make sure there are no enemies close by because they're going to turn around and you're going to have to fight. But it is possible, it's fun, and it's a challenge because he doesn't have eagle vision, so you never know what's around the corner.
I like to imagine that early on in the development of Assassin's Creed Shadows, they were debating between full-on stealth or full-on combat. And some genius came along and said, why not both? Speaking of both, Shadows stars two fantastic and charismatic leads in Naoe and Yasuke, who are brought to life by the incredibly talented Masumi and Tongai Teresa. Earlier this year, we got the two of them together to talk about their characters and how they brought pieces of themselves to the roles.
Cara, que da hora. Evento muito bom.
Is he afraid of me? Where?
Should he be?
No, of course not.
Hi, my name is Tongai Teresa, and I play Yasuke in Assassin's Creed Shadows.
I am like a bodyguard. I did not expect you to heed my words.
Your words have the power to move armies, Yasuke.
High five.
Yes.
What did you do to prepare for this character?
We need a plan.
I, at the time, had been practicing sword fighting called Katori Shintoryu, which is the oldest samurai sword fighting in Japan. It's like hundreds of years old, and we're taught the samurai ways, we're taught how to bow, the whole mannerisms, and so I was like, I'm gonna channel this energy into my character, because I felt like it was really fitting, and so that really helped a lot.
So my audition, actually, one of the things I had to do was to bow and then show how, to...
Did you have to run?
Yeah.
I
had to run. So I was like, I have got no idea how to do this. Obviously, I Googled it.
Right.
Just trying to, and I used like my broomstick. So it's a little longer than, so I'm trying to show, like, trying to do with some skill, like, then it's like, wait, hold on, I gotta. But it worked. It worked.
Right. It did.
It worked. What of your character's story initially appealed to you?
I just knew that she was a warrior, but I also knew that this was a story in Japan, and a lot of times Japanese female are portrayed to be very demure, and demure, and like they need somebody to protect them. And I grew up not really feeling so I don't know, like represented by those characters, right? So when I got the audition and I saw that she was a badass, she could fight for herself, she's loyal, she's compassionate, she would fight for her people, I was like, yes, I would love to play that character. When I got the scenes with Yasuke, and I had this feeling about this character, and when I met you, it was exactly the same feeling. And I thought it was a great cast that they found you, because I was like, wow, this character has a lot of heart. That's how I felt reading the sides. And I, created all these relationships, and when I met you, Come on now. Exact same way that I thought he would be. I was like, wow, this is really amazing. Yeah.
He almost cost us the fight and got himself killed.
He was trying to save his family. We would both do the same.
What is something that is uniquely you about your character?
She's hard and she's edgy, but she's got a soft side. Oh no. And she's following her own path. And the vulnerability too, that she's vulnerable and strong at the same time. Yeah.
I think for me, the thing that's uniquely me in this game is my laugh. It's the laugh. Yasuke and Tongai, they laugh the same.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I see that for sure. You do have a big laugh.
I do.
I think everybody heard it.
Okay, now I'm conscious of my laugh. I'm gonna tone it down.
No.
I'll give you the hiss. That's what I'll give you. Who wins in a fight between Yasuke and Naoe?
Okay, so this one we need to say it at the same time. Okay? 3, 2, 1, Naoe. How did you know?
Like you're a ninja.
Exactly. I'm in the shadows.
Like you could be right here. Yeah. I'll never know.
Yeah. Exactly. That's why.
Especially with that big ass helmet of mine, like you could just snap me. Miles away.
Yeah.
Like you throwing something at me. What did you think about the mocap experience?
Yeah, I was quite nervous.
Why?
I was quite nervous because, well, first of all, it was my first time. So there's this very emotional scene that I have, which begins now as Vengeful Journey, basically. And that was, I think, my first.
Oh, yeah, because that whole week you were in tears.
It was my first scene that I was shooting.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to make sure that I would do an authentic job, but then I wouldn't get thrown off by these, cameras that I'm wearing, the helmets and the whole suit and the fact that there's nothing there. I wanted to make sure, so I
crying with a dummy.
Yeah, exactly, right? So I really built up for that. And when I was done, I almost don't remember what I did because it just, the emotion, the current the emotion took me. And when I was done, I had a standing ovation and everybody and you weren't there. You weren't there for that the one that I'm talking about. I don't think I worked with you yet. It at least made me feel like, okay, maybe I can do this mocap thing, It's as long as I prepare and have all the emotions.
It's a different medium. They stacked a bunch of boxes and they put the mats on it, to make it like the horse. You know what I mean? And so they're chugging you along, but you have
pegar uma água enquanto isso, espera aí.
You know what I mean? And I loved it because in my head, do you know what was going on? I could hear. So that's how I played most of my scenes. Just if there was a sword, if there was music, it's playing in my head. I think it was a very rich, rewarding experience in every capacity. So I'm truly, truly grateful for that. High five!
Yes!
Thank you for this. It has reminded me of something very important.
After hearing them talk about their characters, I'm convinced that Masumi and Tongai were the perfect choices for Naoe and Yasuke. And luckily, we'll get to see them again later on in the show. Now, it's time to go behind the scenes of the soundtrack for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Ever since Ezio and Federico climbed to the top of that Florentine church and Ezio's family began to swell, music has been fundamental to Assassin's Creed. And in Shadows, it's no different. Take a listen at how it all came together.
This is a very big game. This is a very big soundtrack.
In the musical universe of Shadows, there is the flight covering the score. There is Teke Teke doing music for Naoe's special key moments. There's Thunder Drum featuring Tiggs doing Yasuke moments.
I will keep this close. My thanks, Lady Nene.
We also have source music in the game. That's traditional Japanese music.
When we start any pitch process, we want to get a broad spectrum of composers to bring in their music. And then we scramble it and we do a blind listen. We didn't guess that it was The Flight. The team just targeted in on their pitch. It was creative, it brought the world to life. So it was a slam dunk from the start.
Rather than looking back at the history of Japan, it's looking at how the culture of Japan has influenced modern films, modern games.
At the same time, we didn't just want to write Western Hollywood music and then have them play at the top of it. But we always want to kind of include those instruments. It's great having new instruments to work with because it keeps you fresh.
Doing the stealth music for Naoe was really interesting and exciting.
Joe had the idea of getting like whispered vocals as if it was inside Naoe's head.
Not what people would normally ask you to do because there's dialogue in the game and we don't want to confuse people, but it just works when you're creepy, especially if you play with headphones on. It's really cool.
When I came on the project, I saw a sizzle reel with a song by Teke Teke, and the coolness factor was amazing. It's like, oh my god, this fits?
Funny that the audio team and music team and the development team find them almost at the same time. Then everyone was, we need that band, and it was just, this is perfect.
They asked us to be us and to write music within the world of Shadows. So in a way, it was like working on a new album, kind of.
So it was inspiring to interpret this Shinobu a little bit different.
So I wanted more real shinobi, what was their philosophy. It's different than Bushido. Bushido is for samurai. For example, in Bushido, die in a battle, it's honor. But for shinobi, death is too easy to escape from suffering. They have to survive to complete the mission. I wanted to bring that philosophy with the lyrics. Yeah.
At a certain point, the creative director said, let's associate Teke Teke with Naoe. Next question is, what could we do for Yasuke then? I was in a music festival in France, and I met those two super nice guys, part of Thunder Drums. When I explained the type of music that we needed, like the guitarist was like, we have to do this. We have to do this. I have all the gear. A few weeks later, they were like, we found Diggs, the author. We were really lucky to, it was like a nice match.
I was like, okay, here we go. Even on Tanzanian, I've never written
música
in Swahili. So I had to just channel energy from somewhere else.
You do the same.
There's some really beautiful metaphorical stuff.
I was trying to be poetic.
Well, you were poetic.
It was very
You were very poetic.
I can't.
A lot of the tracks started with Felix and I jamming on a drum kit and a guitar, which is probably not how a lot of video game scores are written.
I will have that.
And it's something that Felix and I have done together for a decade.
We've heard it so much.
Is this going to work? And then Tig's coming on, and then the flutes, and it's just these little steps.
Of course, a lot of taiko drums was a big part of how we wanted to blend the more traditional drum kit and Japanese influence.
Certain words, if you translate them from English to Swahili, the word becomes 10 times longer than what it is. It became a whole challenge of keeping a certain flow.
The clarity of the message and the story is just fantastic.
It's also so catchy.
Yeah, super catchy.
So catchy.
If anything, we hope that people hear these tracks and when they come in, they're like, whoa, where did this come from? This is cool.
And we have a version of the main team where Maya, the singer from Teke Teke, and Tiggs, the author, are talking to each other in two different languages. And it gives really something special, and something that when you listen to it, yeah, that's it. This is our game. We are using a lot of diegetic music. We did work, Benedict and I, with two producers, Japanese producers living in Canada. They were able to find a great musician like Yukihiro Goto, a master of the biwa, that were great at crafting all the folk songs we needed.
When we're looking at the traditional Japanese instruments, there's such a beautiful range of shapes and sizes and sounds. I'm really happy we were able to bring the importance of the Sushibue in Naoe's arc.
Thank you so much to the Flight, Teke Teke, and Thunder Drum for crafting what's sure to be one of Assassin's Creed's most memorable scores. Nothing pulls on your heartstrings quite like music. But you know what comes close? Merch! Thankfully, Assassin's Creed Shadows has been lucky enough to team up with some amazing brands for some truly unique items. And I was lucky enough to have Masumi and Tongai help me show them off.
Oh,
wow.
First of all, look at that.
Yasuke. Let's go.
Tongai, Masumi, this is the Assassin's Creed Shadows Collector's Edition.
Nossa, que da hora.
In this item here, this is Nawe's Katana Suba.
The detail on this is really beautiful with the dragon and...
Tonga, what you got there is a wall scroll. That comes with the collector's edition as well.
Voila!
Oh yeah.
Nice.
This is nice.
And there is a lot more artwork that comes with this collector's edition as well. Concept art from the game, in-game art.
Come to think of it, now his weapons are kind of dangerous.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're lethal.
Yeah.
There is a world map as well.
Nossa, que da hora.
It's got blood in the back? What is this? That's now his killings right there.
Is that what it is?
Yep.
We've been glossing over it, but of course, the star of the show, besides the game itself, this 40-centimeter statue of Yasuke and Nawe, just in action, posing together.
Hey, you said you could actually do this pose right now. You want to show us?
Oh, it's like...
Hey!
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right.
What about Yasuke?
Yeah. Let's go.
What's he doing?
Hey, ooh, okay. All right. Don't give this man a sword, though.
No, don't do that. These are your like knives, right?
Yeah, throwing knives.
I mean, your sense of direction is awful because I don't know why it's behind me, and but I guess you are good at your job.
No, we already killed all the people, and then we keep progressing.
Moving.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's what's happening.
In fact, I probably just have it in front of my desk, so anyone that walks in,
I can see.
it's just right there. Yeah, and I'm sitting behind it like this. So, what brings you to my office? Yep.
Que isso, hein?
A little bit more art.
Que da hora.
Fine folks at Dark Horse have you covered. In the art book, you get the art book, but in this specific edition too, you also get this folio with a gallery quality print as well.
Oh, wow.
Come on.
Next up, we have a collection of Shadows merch from Blend Coda. So first things first, we've got to talk about these two canvas prints here. So yeah, you got Nawe again, hidden blade deployed, Kasuragama flowing, and then Yasuke on horseback.
Oh, yeah,
he's just doing the most right now.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. Aside from the canvas prints here, we actually have two shirts from Blend Coda as well. Jersey material here. This is stretchy. Yeah. This is the front here. And then on the back, you have that same beautiful artwork. This collection here is a bunch of PC accessories from Lexip. The theming on these is
Nossa, que da hora.
Tonga, let's start over there with the headset.
First of all, look at that. Okay,
it's like
that's
a
little katana handle. Got Yasuke here.
Oh.
Now is leaping as usual.
Oh, really?
She's in the air somewhere.
Oh, that's cool. That's a really high quality cushion right there.
Come on.
Yasuke. Let's go.
This keyboard here as well from Lexip. You can see custom Assassin's Creed Shadows keys, the space bar, the enter bar, the shift bar. Like this
so cool.
This is really, really cool. And then, you can't just play the game with a keyboard, right? You need the mouse.
Matching
Lexip has you covered there as well.
I actually want this set.
I mean, you're going to have a tough day. You're going to have to keep this clean, okay? I'm just saying.
This is a rigid mouse pad, but that border lights up when you plug it in. What it's all been sitting on right here is the Lexip desk mat. Cool. So if you want to just decorate your entire desk, have your keyboard, mouse pad, all that covered, they got you covered as well.
Nossa, que da hora, cara. Tá doido.
Of Nawe's hidden blade.
Girl, be careful, man.
Now, Tonga, we didn't leave you out.
Oh!
Wow, that's really cool.
Come on! What?
That is a 1-to-1 Yasuke replica helmet.
And I am loving it. Oh my gosh, the details, man. This mask, bull cow horns.
It looks really realistic.
It's massive.
It is a gorgeous piece, highly detailed and wearable too. We're not gonna do that right now, but it is wearable.
Yeah.
You're gonna feel protected with
Absolutely.
this.
Yeah. You walk in and you see these horns, you're like, oh, okay.
Thank you so much for watching. That is just a look at some of the merchandise available for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Let me tell you, the three of us were fighting over who got to take some of those items home after the shoot. I'll give you a hint. It wasn't me. Now, as we near the end of our showcase and Assassin's Creed Shadows is so close, we wanted to get you up to speed on the setting and story of Shadows. Check this out.
Eita, tá da hora, hein? Tá da hora. Tá doido, tá doido, tá muito da hora isso. Nossa, aquela edição de colecionador tá doido, muito foda, cara. Eu quero. Da hora.
We wanted to have a much more realistic proportion to our world, so mountains feeling like mountains, forests feeling a little bit bigger. So the Portuguese got here a few years before our time period, and they're expanding. We're in a very important page of history in Japan because Japan is weakened by clan wars. The unification of Japan through Oda Nobunaga is also something to prevent Japan falling to the hands of foreign interests. So Oda Nobunaga, he's known as the first unifier. Ultimately, he says that he wants peace, for Japan. On the other side, who is facing him or who is, suffering that peace, I would say. The aftermath of the war will have our main character, Naoe, try to convince herself that she's not on a vengeance path against Oda, and she made a promise to her father that she wants to fulfill. So the promise will take her across the world, and she will see that they're not the only one that suffered from war, and that Oda is not the only one that gained from war.
You survived the fall of Iga. Not many of our neighbors did.
The assassins have been in Japan for a little bit of a longer time, and we'll discover why, and we'll discover how, and we'll discover how it's tied to Naoe as she goes through her adventure. Obviously, if you say that the assassins were in Japan, the Templars were probably in Japan as well, and we will see how they emerge from that. So Yasuke is a very interesting character. He comes in as with the Jesuit, and then he will be offered an opportunity to join Oda Nobunaga. As he ventures into the world, Yasuke is always confronted to different situations, and he tries to analyze them from, what's the just thing to do. Yasuke comes from the outside, so he knows about Japan a little bit, but he doesn't know everything about Japan. As an example, Yasuke will always be polite with nobles, he'll always do the right steps in presentation and all that, and now we will just jump in, half bow to stuff, and just you could insult somebody that you shouldn't be insulting.
He's tired of teaching children with no other virtue than their name.
Yes, she's a young, naive person, but she's very brash and very confident. But later in the game, when she starts to meet important people who in the social hierarchy would be way above her, she needs to treat them with deference and respect. But is she doing it authentically, or is she doing it to get what she wants? And that subtlety is something I think we really try to focus on. We want the audience to understand when Naoe is faking it and when she's being really authentically deferent to someone. It's all very focused on their eye performance as well as their facial performance. And in doing so, we've really kind of changed the way a lot of these cutscenes feel. And when these characters talk, you want to listen because you need to pay attention on what exactly they're looking at, right? Our style is very much inspired by traditional Japanese films in terms of their storytelling, but the film techniques are a little bit more modern. Originally, we went looking, we found the Samurai Trilogy by Hiroshi Nagaki, which is from the 50s. The camera was very motivated, it was constantly moving, and they used whip pans and crash zooms, techniques that nowadays are considered a little passé, but are very modern techniques. And I think I was very interested in seeing how we could use that in our game.
As the story will unfold, there are a few surprises that we want to really keep for our fans that are very important. One of them that I'll just hint towards is that Yasuke's story is not necessarily what it seems to be at the start. So there are different things that will come with Yasuke's story. And Naoe's story, it will be a discovery for her of what her family was, who were really her parents. So that's something that will be very important to the heart of the game.
How do you feel?
Calmer. Lighter.
That happens when you empty your head of the past. You see the world for what it is now.
Oh, I can't wait to finally explore feudal Japan for myself and find out how Naoe and Yasuke join forces. And remember, you still have time to pre-order the game and get the post-launch expansion completely for free. That's over 10 hours of new content just for ordering the game now. And to give you a taste of what Closet of Awaji has in store, our friends over at Ubisoft Bordeaux, who you may remember from 2023's Assassin's Creed Mirage, have a sneak peek for you all.
Hi everyone, from Ubisoft Bordeaux
Pra quem comprar o jogo antes tem acesso aí a DLC, né?
Content director on AC Shadows expansion Claws of Awaji.
Some of us in Bordeaux met with Quebec, the lead studio. We discussed the opportunity of expanding the lore and introduce new gameplay mechanics through an expansion.
The story will pick up right after the main game's event.
The expansion is set on Awaji, an island across the Bay of Osaka. One cool thing that we're adding is a new weapon for Naoe. What I like most about the bow is how it can be so deadly and offer a great variety of moves and choreography. This weapon type was featured in a lot of iconic movies and manga that our team grew up with.
I'm super excited to see how the players react to the being hunted proposition. Not only have we created new bosses, but we gave them a presence on Awaji. They each have effects impacting the world. It's gonna make the world feel more connected and give a freshness to the roaming experience. In the meantime, enjoy AC Shadows.
There's your look at what's coming to Assassin's Creed Shadows after launch. This game is the culmination of so much hard work from developers around the world. So a sincere thank you to our studios in Belgrade, Bordeaux, Bucharest, Chengdu, Kyiv, Montpellier, Montreal, Odessa, Osaka, Philippines, Pune, Shanghai, Singapore, Sofia, Japan, and of course, right here in Quebec City. Congratulations to you all. Thank you all so much for watching our showcase, but the fun doesn't stop here. We're going straight into live gameplay of Assassin's Creed Shadows right now. See you on the other side.
We have come together, despite it all, to bring change, to bring light.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the live gameplay portion of our Assassin's Creed Shadows launch showcase. I'm Yusuf Garcia-McGee, once again, this time joined by Chris Waters. Chris, we're finally playing Assassin's Creed Shadows live on stream.
Yusuf, I'm so excited. I mean, you're playing. You got the controls. You've been the man behind the showcase you all just watched. Congratulations on that, by the way, man. That turned out super well.
Yeah, a lot of hard work from a lot of people, but yeah, we're really happy with it and happy to finally get to play this game in full effect right now with y'all.
Absolutely. And folks, if you're watching on Twitch at twitch.tv/Ubisoft, the Drops campaign is starting shortly. All you got to do is have your Twitch account and your Ubisoft
Da hora, estão
account
trazendo aí pouco da gameplay, cara, da hora.
of this stream and others this week as we build up to the launch day of Assassin's Creed Shadows, which, as you mentioned, is in 2 days.
Yes, absolutely. We have not, or the game isn't out just yet, but as I said before, of course, that's on purpose because Claws of Awaji, Chris, that expansion, if you pre-order the game, which you still can do right now, you get that completely for free. That's 10 hours or more of content for free just by pre-ordering the game right now.
And here we go with our very first leap of faith of the stream. It's good to start off with some of your favorites.
Yeah, the classics, right? You gotta hit the classics.
Okay, so we're here at Tennoji Temple. You're playing as Naoe, and here, get him in the bin. Okay. Get him in the bale.
Yeah.
Who was that? What set the scene for us? Where are we?
So we're outside of the town of Sakai right now. Tennoji Temple is not our objective. That's not our goal right now. So we are going to hightail it out of here as soon as these guards are not staring at us. Okay. We're going to go. We're going to go.
You're just going to make a little escape here.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't need to. We don't need to get into it there because I have plans for us, Chris.
Excellent.
Right? So we're gonna head over here, take on this Stray Dogs mission, this quest, because we have a friend that we've met along our journey, along our main path, named Yaya. Yaya is a very kind soul. She's really, she's a pacifist at heart, but like don't let her fool you. She will throw hands, and she makes a powerful ally. And one of the things that Assassin's Creed Shadows features are allies that you can recruit to your cause and then call upon in the open world. But first, you need to recruit them. So you have to encounter them at some point, and then eventually you'll get a quest line for them. And if you fulfill that quest line, pursue kind of their goals, their dreams, their hopes, they will decide to join your league and help you out.
And so we've met Yaya in the course of this playthrough. I noticed we're about like level 19. or 20 something.
22.
22. Okay. So I guess level 19 was that enemy that you took down at the temple before heading out. Now, in terms of like the story content, right? Like Yusuf has at this point on this save played through a bunch of the narrative, but right now this is sort of side quest territory, right? This recruitment of your companion. You know, that's kind of, I think, is that kind of where we're going to be at, that like level of narrative engagement during the stream today?
Yeah, obviously the game's not out yet, and you know we don't want to go into too heavy of spoilers or anything like that. So we're going to be avoiding the main path. We are going to pet this little puppy.
I had a moment, chat. I thought he was going to walk by the puppy.
Just got better.
My day just got better too, no way.
I love to picture, all right, so we saw like Masumi and Tongai, the voice actors for the English performances of Naoe and Yasuke. I love to picture them being in the VO booth and just being like, okay, now you've encountered a sweet little kitty cat on the street. Go, like, give me something. Like, because they have different things they say when you're petting the different creatures. Oh, and you can pet a lot of them. And I'm glad we're getting some serious pets in early.
What did I do?
Oh, no! No, what? You're getting jumped trying to pet this dog? Was the dog in on it? That, I don't know. Can a dog be blamed for luring you into getting jumped by a rat?
That's not the dog's fault. That's on the owner. I think it's because we're here.
Here's Yaya. Yaya's on the prowl. Is she making friends?
Let's go talk to Yaya.
Let's talk to Yaya.
It looked like you needed help turning the tide.
We monks can handle ourselves. But since you're here, it's good to see you again.
You too. We make a good team.
It's true.
In fact, you should join me, now that I fight for the greater good.
I'm not so sure.
I'm assembling a league to bring peace to the land. I know you want that too.
You've grown up, but you have not convinced me yet.
What do I have to do? We need your strength.
I know you mean well. Look, help me investigate what these monks wanted and why. And I'll think about it. All right?
All right.
I was just imagining in the background Yaya thinking like, you do a lot of stabbing. Like, it's not really my thing.
You call yourself a monk? What happened to your faith?
In this world, you steal or get stolen from. I know which side I want to be on. My brothers and I woke up to the truth. I traded faith in invisible things for faith in reality.
Where did you take the valuables?
There are no valuables here. The real root is at the Christian church.
This guy's got all
You're no
scouted
more
out.
honorable than a pack of stray dogs. What should we do with this one?
Ooh. Okay, so that's the other thing, Chris. This isn't, like, it's not a guaranteed, like, I do this quest line, Yaya will automatically join my league. Like, she still has to like me, right? Like, I have to make the choices.
You actually have to convince her with your actions?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
We have to align with her morals. Now, I know from a previous mission with Yaya that she tends to be more forgiving. She tends to kind of favor empathy over punishment.
Okay.
So in this case, I'm gonna forgive him.
You spoke of forgiveness. Who could be more worthy of it than a stray dog?
You are right. He needs empathy,
I like that.
or he will never change. You are forgiven for this theft. But pray I don't catch you stealing again.
Ooh.
Oh, no, no.
She's got some steel. She's got some steel, you can tell. I'm excited to see her in action.
Nothing I can't handle. One of the thieves left your quarters with your hairpin fastened to his robe.
My husband's Kanzashi.
His hood fell, and I caught a good look. Young, with a dark brow. He used to follow you around years back. A grumpy duckling after its mother.
Tetsuo.
Yes.
Real small town vibes here. This guy knows.
That Kanzashi meant something to you?
It belonged to my husband. One of the only things I had left that touched him, that felt like him in my hands. When grief has no home, it will turn to anger. We need to find Tetsuo.
That monk said others went to Takatsuki Church.
Great timing.
Yeah, that thunderstorm.
Go.
That was not scripted, right? That stuff just happens naturally.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good.
He will return here safe. But he has some explaining to do. Tetsuo knows what that helping means to me. Who is he? I was his spiritual guide. He lost his parents before he could stand. But then, when my husband died, I...
All right, we'll forgive that dog too. We're in the forgiving mood.
Yeah, exactly. Not that one guy, though.
Not that one guy. Ugh.
He must have missed you.
I can't be responsible
The list
for him.
coming down.
I did my part. I taught him everything he needed to know.
And definitely,
this
like,
is how he repays me.
you get soggy. Like, it's not going to slow Naoe down, but you can tell her clothes are getting so wet.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh man, you feel the chill in your bones.
Okay, so in this case, Chris, we have like our general objective here. We have to retrieve the Kanzashi, which what Shadow's scouting works a little bit differently than AC games of the past. So there are some things that are a little bit similar. We have like a general location here. We know it's in northern Uzumisetsu, which is the region we're in here. We know it's in it's near the Church of Takutsuki, and it's being held by this guy that we're.
And Tetsuo's got it, but we don't have like the quest marker to show us where that is.
No.
So how are you going to go about finding that?
So if you see like in the bottom left-hand corner there, you see like we have these scouts. These scouts are people that you have recruited to your league, the League of the Hidden Blade that Naoe and Yasuke are running here. And as we recruit these scouts, they help us with certain things. They help us gather resources, they help us find intel of around the world, and they will help us find our objectives.
I like how you say gather resources. They steal stuff for you.
Yeah, it's a strong word.
Robble-robbling.
Okay. Semantics here.
Liberating. Let's say liberating supplies. But yeah, you've got the 5 scouts. These are kind of recruited into your league at a different level than companions or would-be companions like Yaya.
Yes.
But they're super helpful. You can use them, and they kind of refresh every season. So now you've found Takatsuki. You're like, okay, it's got to be around here. You use a scout to scout the area, and now we've got an objective marker to sort of help us hone in on where it's at.
Yeah, exactly. And we're gonna take our horse there. It's not too far.
Let's do it. A nice rainy ride. And so, you have those clues in the top left, right? And that can be influenced by whether you're playing on guided or exploration mode. I believe those are the terms in Shadows as well. And of course, that's one of the many ways you can like customize this kind of experience, right? Are you using the scout to find that objective? Are you saving that scout to, help you maybe liberate some more supplies and help you build up your hideout? And just kind of going to northern Uzumisetsu, trying to find the town yourself, getting up to a sync viewpoint and spotting where it might be. There's some different ways to go about it, and all that stuff you can kind of customize to how you want to play it.
Yeah, and there's a ton of customization options at play here, not just in how you play, but what you're looking at, Chris. I know you're a big fan of like disabling the HUD or turning.
I like to hide some things. Yeah.
And like that is totally modular. Like there are presets, HUD presets, but there are individual modules you can turn on and off. What I'm actually doing right now is I'm playing with, I'm using the Pathfinder, which as you can see is putting this white line along the roads that helps guide me to my objective. And that can be what my active objective is, that can be a marker that I place out in the world. It just kind of helps you get there in the most efficient way possible.
Well, and it's because there's a tendency maybe sometimes to like kind of go as the crow flies, just overland.
Yes.
But this way, it'll take you along some nice roads, the fastest way you can go. You'll avoid any kind of like steep mountainous obstructions that may be in the straight line from point A to B. But yeah, I've already, on my playthrough, I toggled off the prompts on the bottom once I was kind of familiar with the controls for a horse or riding a boat or piloting a boat. But yeah, and all that stuff is not like a decision you make once. You can change that as much as you want. Now, there was a question in chat. Twitch chat, we are keeping an eye on you over here. We're going to get to some of your questions as we keep on streaming. But one was about the language, of course. We are hearing everyone speak in English, but there is an immersive mode which will have the characters sort of speak in the language that they would natively speak in. So Japanese characters speaking in Japanese, the Portuguese characters speaking in Portuguese as well, and subtitles throughout. And then there's other voiceover languages and other sort of captioning languages that you can customize in the options to your liking. Thank you for taking the boat, by the way. I know that like she's a very adept swimmer, but I like the boat. Now, who are you? Okay, you just like have stumbled upon.
I wandered into like a bandit camp.
A crossing that has seen better days. And they seem to have spotted you.
Yeah, I
think
I
know where you're at.
Yeah, we've been made.
All right, so here you go. You're at work with the kusarigama. This is one of Naoe's weapons. That's kind of that little like, stick and sickle in one hand, and then a heavy metal ball on the other, linked by a chain. Obviously, all of her weapons are deadly, but what do you like the kusarigama for?
The kusarigama is really great for it's Naoe's longest range weapon. What I really like, it's good for crowd control. You see this heavy attack. So the heavy attack swings the ball end.
Yeah.
The light attack. Oh gosh.
Still hit. Yeah, it still hit.
The light attack is like the sickle end, which means like the weapon is, I think, really good for kind of a jack of all trades in terms of, do I need to be quick? I'll use my light attacks with the sickle end. Do I need to be long range, powerful, hit multiple enemies at once? I can use the heavy attacks for that. So it's good for a lot of different things. And then if you progress enough, Chris, when you have the kusarigama equipped, you can use it to rush assassinate enemies. Which we're still a little bit too early here. Again, the game's not even out yet. We didn't want to spoil too much for y'all yet. But eventually, you'll be able to unlock rush assassinate, which allows you to kind of use the kusarigama to like whip onto enemies and lunge yourself at them and assassinate them from far away, which is just the coolest.
So good. Okay. I look forward to that. Another thing that's a little bit, I think, a little more immediately accessible on the, maybe not immediately, but comes before that sort of higher level skill on the skill tree. With the kusarigama, you can do an attack that kind of wraps up your enemy, and then you can like jerk them this way or that way, and they'll stumble this way or that way. So if they're like up on a ledge or near some destructible like environmental stuff, you can kind of whip them around and they smash into stuff or fall off. Anything that lets you kind of do that manipulation, delightful for sure. Some folks have asked some questions. Aurora Mary asking if it's going to be on Ubisoft Plus. It sure is. So Ubisoft Plus Premium will have Assassin's Creed Shadows Day 1, which is this Thursday in just about 48 hours. That'll also be the premium edition of it, so you'll get some deluxe edition goodies in there. And when that Claws of Awaji expansion comes out, you will have access to that through a Ubisoft Plus subscription. Of course, that Claws of Awaji expansion you also get just by pre-ordering the game, which you have about 48 hours, give or take, left to do. All right, you've made it to the Church of Takatsuki, Yusuf.
Yes.
So now you're trying to find the kanzashi. This is a precious heirloom for Yaya, but it's with, with a guy. She knows she wants to pity him, but she's kind of mad.
Quiet, Tetsuo. Yaya sent me. Come on.
Oh.
I didn't take anything.
Oh, he's running.
He's cheating it. He's out of here.
I'm just a simple monk.
I'm just a simple monk that took off in a dead sprint as soon as you mentioned Yaya's name.
Oh, he's fast.
He's got, Naoe, of course, fastest assassin.
Yes.
In the Assassin's Creed series. But listen, she's not the fastest. She's not above being given a run for her money here.
Yeah, she's the fastest, most agile assassin. Yaya! Oh, the choke slam!
What? I taught you humility.
I taught you humility.
You stole from us?
That's one word for it.
From me?
You left me. You are my guide. When you left, I lost my way.
So you become a thief?
Yaya, stop.
You have something to say?
This is a little trickier, I think. This is not quite as clear as like forgive or punish, which you were mentioning earlier. It's got forgive in there, but also like feels like you need to take responsibility. Also a very kind of like Yaya owning it,
Right.
Showing empathy in that way.
Exactly. Maybe you're not entirely blameless in this situation either. Mm-hmm. Are you thinking is that the answer you want?
I mean, I do feel like Yaya taking a little bit of this on herself will give her the space to, do that forgiveness, but Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I feel, but also forgive each other's there. Chat.
No, let's go.
All right, let's do it.
Let's go with this.
You need to take
and
responsibility.
Tetsuo both played a part in this. He's safe and you have the pin. That's all that matters.
Lay it out, Nawe.
How quickly my anger has taken hold of me.
Yeah.
When I lost my husband, I pushed you away. I was no good for the world. I left you with no choice but to find another family. Even if they were stray dogs. Will you forgive me, Tetsuo?
Oh, now she's asking for forgiveness.
We're getting the emotions going on stream here, chat.
Something to this passive forgiveness. It has been a long time since I asked for it myself.
Oh, here we go. Now we get to make her an offer.
Okay, all right.
Did you consider my offer? Will you join us?
You say you fight for the greater good. I believe you.
Good. We will be glad to have you.
Yaya, the warrior monk, joined the Kakushiba Iki. Call on her to tackle and knock out your opponents in open combat. I mean, we got a little preview of that just a second ago.
Yes, but now she can do it on command. And Yaya is the first ally you meet throughout the course of the game, and her recruitment happens a little bit quicker than some of the later companions. Some of those other companions have more drawn out quest lines and more investment that you need to.
They're a little more embroiled in some drama. They need a little more convincing.
Exactly.
All right.
And some of them, Chris, are also romanceable.
Okay.
Just putting that out there.
All right. Listen, don't miss out on opportunities here, folks.
Oh yeah. So we happen to be right next to this castle. Now, these castle activities, Chris, you'll find them throughout throughout the game world. They're marked by these white hexagons. There's often a synchronization point there, but they are like hostile territory. These are hostile ground. You can't just wander up in them. Now, when you hover over them in a map, you'll see certain information. You'll see like a general level. In this case, it's our current level.
Okay.
You'll see how much wealth is there. Those are the resources I mentioned that your scouts can gather for you.
Yes. They can requisition.
Yes. You'll also then see how many samurai daisho are there. In this case, there are 3, and then there's a legendary loot chest as well. And that legendary loot chest is only achievable or only openable once you've taken out the requisite number of samurai daisho.
The daisho got to be down.
The daisho got to be down.
Are you going?
Of course, you see the rewards here as well.
Yeah, all right.
We'll get 3,000 experience points. We'll get 3 mastery points, and those are tied to the samurai daisho. So as I take out
You'll get one
daisho, I'll get 1.
All right, all right.
And then you can actually see what's inside that legendary gear chest as well. So it looks like it's going to be
headgear for Nawe.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Let's get in there.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. So this is sort of this, you're obviously in this sort of walled town of Takatsuki, but the Tenshu, right, the fortress area is a whole area unto itself, and you can see right here. You got to cross the bridge, across the moat. It's guarded by these 2 soldiers right out of the gate. Are you going straight up the gut?
No.
It doesn't seem like the Nawe way.
No. Maybe if I was Yasuke, I would, but let's see if we can find a more creative way in.
All right, let's do it.
Let's scout out.
Folks who are watching us on Twitch, you got drops coming your way. Now, you got to watch for a certain amount of time to hit certain thresholds. If you have joined the stream late, or if we're not going to go for the entire get 100% of all your drops today. However, we've got streams coming at you all this week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, starting at just around this time every day, and we'll be having guests from the Assassin's Creed Shadows development team on. So they'll be able to give you insights, anecdotes, share some of their deep knowledge and creativity about how they brought this game to life. You'll get to ask them questions, we'll have a great chat, and you'll get some more chance to score those drops on twitch.tv/Ubisoft. So follow the channel, get your notifications on just so you don't miss it. And if you're watching us on YouTube, I hope you're enjoying the 4K stream. We're excited to be bringing it to you over there. But we'll be on Twitch for the rest of the streams this week. We hope you find us there. All right, it looks like you found a way in. Look, you're on top of a rooftop.
I did. I found a way in. I have scouted out some of the nearby soldiers here.
Okay.
You can also see there, inside this building here, there's a chest icon, and then there's like a barrel icon. The barrel denotes those resources that my scouts have to gather. A chest is just, loot gear I can open up myself.
I also saw a little tower right here that you might want to pay attention to.
Yes.
Right? There's an alarm bell up high, which I like that, if they're going for the alarm bell, you do have some time to stop them because they got to hoof it up that ladder.
They got to climb all the way up.
But,
But what I can do, so Naue has access to a set of tools.
Yeah.
So if I can pull those up here. At the top, I have my kunai on the bottom. If you look at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, top I have my kunai. These I think are best used for guards. These do high damage. You can kill someone with these with a well-placed headshot. My shuriken, which I have more of, they're not going to kill anybody outright, Chris, but they are good for certain things like breaking alarm bells, taking out lanterns at night from afar. You can destroy a lantern to keep yourself cloaked in shadows.
Yes.
So I'm gonna pull one of those out right now. There are two other tools. There's a bell, which allows you to kind of draw enemies in.
Yeah, a little lure.
Yeah, and then,
hey, look over here.
Smoke bombs, of course.
Smoke bombs.
The classic.
Clutch.
So there we go. We've disabled. Oh, that's definitely gonna...
Anybody nearby? I do like that the bell makes the sound of it has fallen on the ground and you hear the slight dong, but the ground has also muffled it because it can't resonate in the same way.
Yeah, right.
All right, now you're down in it. It looks like there's a daisho over there on that bridge. You can see, all right, we got our little eagle vision here.
Yeah, so there's quite a few, and these daisho are no joke, especially if you're playing as Naue. She is not the brawler that Yasuke is, obviously. And we'll get some Yasuke gameplay, and we'll split this sort of 50-50.
Excellent.
But we're gonna sneak in here. We're gonna grab this loot chest.
New katana, some shuriken refill.
Yeah, and now smaller batches of resources like that wood right there, I can just pick up. But these large crates, what I'll do is I will tag it, and then when the season changes, because there are seasonal changes in Assassin's Creed Shadows, my scouts will go and pick that up for me and deliver it to my hideout.
So they've got it it's kind of like it gives them the time to make the plan to extract it.
Yes.
And the time to communicate it to them. And I love the slide tackle. The sweeping the legs out assassination that Naue does is
very cool.
All right, speaking of shuriken use, I see a red barrel over there. Are you feeling loud, or are you feeling maybe not boom boom yet?
I think...
Sorry about the shy.
Okay. So I think we still maintain secrecy there.
What?
He's definitely confused.
He's definitely mad.
He's like, I didn't think these barrels... now it drew a lot of attention.
That was a big boom. That was a big boom.
They still don't know where I am, but they're going to get suspicious, and they might start looking around. Oh, this guy's wandering straight towards me.
Oh, yeah.
Can we get him without alerting everyone else? Oh, wait. Oh, he's so low. No.
Oh, no. All right.
Okay.
It's Kanabo time.
So yeah, these big enemies, you have to upgrade certain certain abilities.
Ixi, agora deu ruim, hein?
Oh, wow. That was a big draft. All right. Let's talk about abilities in a second. Here you are using the Kusurigama. You've stripped away his armor, which you can see because above his head the yellow bar is gone. If you feel like customizing it and not having those health bars, you absolutely can. And you can see that his helmet is off, so now you're just doing health damage, and so you've gotten through that sort of barrier of armor. Now I like the Kusurigama choice here, Yusuf, because so often you're doing a heavy attack, which staggers this guy. Oh, and keeps him from getting off a shot at you while you're focusing on the major imminent threat, this Samurai Daisho.
And that's what I mean about crowd control.
Yeah.
Those huge sweeping attacks are going to hit multiple enemies. And then if you want to get really nitty-gritty with it, there we go. We've taken out one Daisho, 2 more to go. Okay, what's this archer gonna do to me? Oh, don't hit me, don't hit me.
Try to see. Archer, at that point, you gotta pull out the small knife. Oh yeah, you grabbed him. Oh, the kick. Nice dodge.
O que o cara tá fazendo?
Nice.
Give me this loot. I've earned this.
Yeah, absolutely.
But as I was saying, Chris, if you want to get real nitty gritty with it and optimize your build and things like that, there are certain emblems and engravings that you can attach to your weapons.
Can we take a look at your weapon right now?
Yeah, good call. So if we go into our inventory here, we can take a look. I have 2 equipped weapons that you can switch between at any time.
Yeah. Like just hot swap on the fly, even in the middle of combat, sometimes there's benefits to switching between them. Yeah,
exactly. If the situation changes, the alarm bell goes off, there are more enemies around you suddenly.
Yep.
But if you see here, my Kusarigama, underneath all those stats you see plus 6% armor piercing with consecutive hits. So that's an engraving that's on this weapon. Now, higher tier weapons have more engraving slots. Like if we look here, this legendary weapon comes with an engraving plus 200% damage on enemy collisions. So that's what you were talking about, Chris, where once you've wrapped the Kusarigama around them and you can chuck them in any direction, you can do 200% extra damage.
Yes.
But there's also things for this Kusarigama that will give you a buff to damage or adrenaline gain when hitting multiple enemies, for example. Not something you'd want on a Tanto or even really a Katana, which are more single enemy attack focused.
Yeah.
But the Kusarigama, totally.
Yeah. Yeah, customizing sort of, I've played a little bit as well, and I'm still kind of early in the game, and it's at that point where you're just kind of like getting new weapons as you're exploring, sort of the new gear is coming in. But if you spot stuff like that, that legendary kind of engraving that increased the enemy collision damage, you don't have to leave that gear piece behind just because you're leveling up. The Forge lets you kind of level up a weapon and have it keep pace with your level, is that right?
Yes, exactly, yeah.
Okay.
A Forge, which you have to build and you have to invest in your hideout, and we'll check out the hideout in a little bit. It allows you to level up that gear to make sure it's staying current with you.
If there's something you like on it, if you want to keep it around. Rohit, I see you asked this question, and sorry if it was a little bit ago, about the season changing. Yeah, so the season, time is slowly passing as you're playing. Day, night, storms come in, storms come out. You've got weather going on. But if Yusuf's in the mix right now, you can see in your menu screen, there's like a little circle that shows you the progression of the season. And so you can see how close you are to sort of each season has 2 phases, like the early spring and late spring. What season are we in now, Yusuf?
We're in fall.
We're in fall
right now.
Okay. So winter's coming. And those transitions happen at moments where you're kind of traveling to a different place, maybe if you're switching between Naue and Yasuke. It's not like all of a sudden a blizzard's going to come in while Yusuf is at Takatsuki Castle looting and then there's going to be 3 feet of snow by the time he's trying to get out of there. But they do sort of progress naturally in that way, and at a certain point from the menu you can decide to kind of like end the season if you're like, I'm ready to...
Yeah, if enough time has passed.
Kind of wait it out and...
Exactly, like you're not going to be able to like... Thank you for that screen. Well placed for me. It makes it real easy for assassins to sneak in.
It adds privacy for sleeping, but at the same time, someone can sneak on in.
We got a new Kusarigama right now that I think is, it's better than ours. So you can see it's a rare tier, so that means it has that extra engraving slot.
Yep, there's 2, I see.
And then you can see the direct comparison here, higher DPS, higher posture damage, and actually we haven't talked about posture damage yet. We'll do that in just a sec. But then you can also see poison buildup on this.
Oh.
And then the engraving gives me plus 1% affliction buildup on consecutive hits.
Can you press X right now?
Oh, yeah.
Because I was noticing this is like the look of this is not so much like a milled wood. It's not a perfect cylinder, right? It's like, I found a great stick. This is such a, it's very got this natural look, and that purple tinged edge. I mean, that's the color of poison effects in the game, right?
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And so you'll see that build up as I start attacking enemies with it. And
sorry. The ball is also a spike. I had to point it out before you went away. Chad, that is nasty. No. But I mean, yes, that looks awesome.
And a really cool thing, too, that's actually new to Assassin's Creed as well. Visual customization, transmogrification, whatever you want to call it, has been in these games before.
Yeah.
It's here at launch, obviously. But what's really cool, actually, is in weapons. If you go to visual customization in weapons and you tab over, you can actually customize individual parts of the weapon.
No.
So, I can change just the look of the blade if I want.
What? Okay. All right.
And I'm not going to, because this weapon is gorgeous as it is, but, there's... I can change, if I don't want that little, very organic.
Too rugged. No. I need a little more refined weapon. Wow.
Yeah. Tons and it really helps you appreciate.
Caramba, que da hora, ué.
Yeah, this is my first time seeing this in depth with this many options. This is very cool. Chat, what do you think? Get the death artichoke.
Is this?
No,
this is the death artichoke.
That's the death artichoke.
This is probably what, like the death.
What do you got?
Pineapple.
It's got pineapple vibes.
Yeah,
It's got pineapple energy to it.
No, I think this weapon looks so good on its own.
You're beautiful as is. Toxic Kusarigama of reaping.
Okay.
Oh, there's also another question. I'm so sorry, folks. Yusuf is playing on PC right now. He's using an Xbox controller, so that's why you see those prompts. Sorry we didn't clarify that to you a little early. Oh, that didn't work.
No, so he saw me coming at him.
Yeah.
This is not like an enemy. Like some enemies are just like too powerful for you to assassinate without the requisite ability upgrades. This guy just saw me coming, which, when they see you coming and they have time to react, it should not be.
Yeah.
You should not be able to just easily assassinate them.
Right? Like, it's not just some jabroni on castle guard duty. He's no Naue, though.
Yeah. Now, I'm using the Tonto now.
Okay.
As you can see,
Nossa, que da hora, cara.
like quicker, short little burst attacks. And the Tonto is it's a single blade, Chris. It's relatively small. So what Naue does when she fights with it is she actually uses her swivel hidden blade. So her hidden blade comes out and swivels so she can use it like a knife, much the same way like Connor did in Assassin's Creed 3.
Yeah, I know y'all remember the moment from the trailer where it comes out and she switches it. That was a good one. Oh, just having a drink. Sorry, buddy. I need your stuff.
Yep. Ooh, garden gravel. Nice.
Yeah, so you saw that pop up there, garden gravel path. If you've been watching, there's been a few elements like that you've looted as part of this, and those are hideout customization options. You find them throughout the world. You can buy them at ornament vendors, but these are different ways that allow you to get really into customizing your hideout to look like this beautiful compound, or honestly, whatever aesthetic you're going for, the more of those things you unlock, the more options you're going to have. So if you see anything that looks a little odd, like, did he just loot an azalea bush? It's because it's a customization thing for the hideout. And we'll take a look at the hideout a little bit later on. And I think talking about it this week with some of the dev guests.
Cara, foi como? Daquele jeito ali. Aí sim.
So this place said wealth low, Yusuf, but I feel like you're getting a pretty good haul.
Well, that's fair. But I think it just goes to show how wealthy some of these castles can be.
Yeah. So if this is low wealth, what's high wealth? All right. So you've made the kind of outer circuit.
Yeah.
Now you're taking a look in. We've got another die show.
Ele é mais forte, ó.
I said the Tenchu earlier as kind of synonymous with the
Vamos ver como que eles
That's not totally accurate. The
mata.
Tenchu is the tower,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Da hora.
This structure here,
okay,
which is typically like where you'll find the sync point. It's typically where you'll find the legendary chest.
And one of the die shows will be around there usually.
Typically somewhere around.
Maybe.
Ooh, and that's not a die show, but that is a guy I don't want to squabble with.
Okay, so you saw the skull, right?
Yeah,
skull
you're
instead of
seeing
number.
not skulls here.
Yeah, the skull instead of number, that is a very dangerous, like those are dudes that will take 2 swipes and maybe take you out or something.
Sometimes
depending
a single swipe. At Naue, sometimes, she is not a heavily armored protagonist here. So sometimes a single one can get her. Ooh, okay, so we can assassinate this die show.
The opportunity is too good. Worth alerting anybody who's nearby.
Okay, I think we're low enough on the ground that we're not going to alert the skull.
Oh, right, because they were in like 2nd floor interior. Yeah, there you're out.
Caramba.
Okay, but this one's coming by on patrol.
They're definitely alerted.
Curiosity.
But they don't see me.
Possible threat? Not yet. And they won't until it's too late.
They never will. Okay, so it looks like we have a die show potentially over there. That's that white dot. Ooh, there's an alarm bell nearby. I definitely don't want that going on.
No, thank you. We do have some folks asking about the difficulty level that you're playing on, Yusuf. Can you give us a little bit of info about like where you are
That's a great
on
question.
the difficulty kind of spectrum, how we can customize that?
Absolutely. So yeah, I'm playing right now just on normal entry-level difficulty. I have played this game quite a bit, so...
You saw a lot of gameplay in that showcase we started off with, right? That was a lot of our guy Yusuf capturing that to bring that together. So, You got some chops.
I have played quite a bit, but also, one of the things we're actually planning, Chris, you mentioned we're streaming with developers all week this week. One of the things we have planned for our Friday stream actually is an expert level playthrough. So if you ratchet that difficulty level all the way up to expert, it doesn't just make the game harder. It doesn't just give the enemies more health or make you do less health or anything or damage or anything like that. Yeah. It will often just change their behavior. So if you play on expert difficulty, for example, enemies will be much more likely to notice you on rooftops. So you can't just retreat to the rooftops to make your getaway and expect that to work every time.
They're going to track you down. They're going to spot you at a further distance. They're going to They're going to investigate with more tenacity. And so you definitely have to.
Who saw me?
I think it might be.
It was a servant.
A servant?
Yeah, it was.
So what's your move with the servants?
So I'm gonna grab her. And then we're just gonna knock her out.
Okay. Just have a little nap. Just have a little time where you don't breathe, and then your brain shuts down, but doesn't shut down all the way. You'll be okay. You will have a bad headache.
You'll definitely have a headache.
But you will live by my mercy. Oh no, it didn't work. Oi! Get him. Oh. Is this like a little shuriken finisher moment?
Yep.
Oh, nice shot. Right in the neck. Oh,
okay. So this guy sees me.
Oh. Doesn't see you anymore. Doesn't see anything.
A little spicy for a second. Oh no, the alarm bell! The alarm bell's going off.
Oh, it's going off.
Oh, it got spicy. It got real spicy.
About to get spicy. Yusuf, can you switch to Yasuke? You have to be like not wanted when that happens.
Yeah, I can't be in a castle and switch.
Okay, all right, that makes sense.
So the alarm went off, but they don't know exactly where I am.
Do they?
They might.
Someone might investigate a little bit. But you did find another die show.
Yes.
So that could get you that 3 of 3. You'll get all those 3 skill points that we can spend once things calm down.
Okay, we're fighting.
It's brawling time. All right, Kusarigama is out. Now, you'll notice that he's got a few other things to take a look at, just kind of HUD stuff. This is excellent, because Yusuf has some abilities, some activated abilities that are specific to the Kusarigama. Those you see in the bottom right, in the top and bottom position. The left-hand one, which is the kick, I believe, that's kind of like a general, not weapon-dependent ability that he can use. Each weapon can have 2 specific abilities you equip for it. And that the other side, I believe is reserved for a companion call-out. You've got that set up. Oh my gosh, you are really taking care of business here, dude. So you saw that visual effect when it kind of desaturated. That's Yusuf using, here we go again, right? The timing is impeccable. That's him using a ability, and of course, those are really helpful. That area attack to opener in the beginning of this fight.
Yeah, that really helped.
Was really good. Someone else still seeing you? Where are they at?
Where are they?
Where's that moment?
Okay, so you can see there, it says the chest is available to loot. Oh, there.
Oh, oof. Guy tries the close range Teppo. He's going for the reload. Not wise.
So we cracked his armor there.
For some reason, the like double clavicle stab gets me.
Yeah, so that's actually like an ability in the Tanto mastery tree, where when the enemy has like a weak point, which like when you see that kind of like glowing yellow, it means like their armor has broken recently, or they're
in a vulnerable state.
They're in a vulnerable state, exactly.
Yeah, and that vulnerable state allows. Oh, hello!
Oh
no!
Okay.
No, it's time to go away. What? Who is this? I have never seen this.
So because that alarm triggered, these.
Caraca,
velho. Guardian now.
Oh no, Yusuf. He's got the. All right, so you can still see a level, but like that like demon mask on the character and then on the top. Wow, that is an imposing dude. Ooh. And nimble. What a leap. Oh man. Oh gosh. I on the...
Okay, so we have, our Tonto does bleed damage, which is that little like red ring you're seeing build up underneath his health bar.
Yes. Oh my goodness. This dude.
Oh. Like, all right, finish him off. Let's go. One hit from him could potentially end me, so I'm trying to be careful here.
You do not want to take any of those big red unblockable swings from a tough enemy.
Yeah. Okay, see?
There we go.
It nearly did kill me.
Yeah.
Oh, let's finish it. Let's finish it.
Oh, the Tonto.
Nossa.
A few more.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh. That was a surprise. That was a result of the bell going off and you not stopping it, or just you lingering too long?
Yeah. Okay. Once that bell goes off, like you're no longer anonymous. They're on alert here. Okay, so I want to make it to the Tenchu.
Because that's where
I'll get my chest. Yeah, exactly.
It's also where Skull Guy is. So
that's true.
Watch out for that.
Ooh, grapple. Oh yeah, we're grapple hooking.
Excellent.
Ooh.
Climb. Oh, drop.
I messed that up. I didn't realize there was a grapple there.
No worries.
It's the servant we knocked out.
They're still fine. They're still napping.
Okay, just in case.
No one's running it back with the bell. You are wanted. So Nawe will be attacked on site. Wait until the season ends to reset it, or switch characters to avoid detection. So you could lay low by switching to Yasuke.
Yeah, right. Like Yasuke is not wanted. Nawe is.
Yeah. All right, swinging in now. Which floor was that skull enemy on?
That's a great question.
We got to get that eagle vision back out here.
I think we're okay. Yeah. Oh, so there's a guardian.
There's two guardians?
There's two guardians.
Three?
There's three guardians.
There's a whole posse? I did not know they rolled that deep. It's dangerous. It's dangerous, folks.
Okay. I think. Yeah. So
Caramba, tem 3 guardiões nesse castelo aí. Vixe.
Oh, so there's a guardian. There's a guardian up here now.
But, all right, you really just want to get that chest and get out.
Yeah. Well, I would love to get the sync point also.
Oh, sure, but you don't need to.
I don't know if we can assassinate a guardian. Oh, okay, we can do some damage to him.
I mean, close quarters. He's in for a chat.
Oh gosh. Yeah. I don't want this. I don't want this.
Oh man, get the chest and get out.
Okay, hold on. I think I have another strategy for the chest.
All right, another strategy. All right, another strategy. I see Sonetto commenting on you didn't instantly kill them with that assassination. That's true. So the default setting is not that you can instantly kill everyone, but by assassinating them. Higher level enemies, tougher enemies are gonna have more health, and they're gonna take more strength on your part, more cunning, and like a better gear, higher level. So as they get higher level, and as you level up your gear, your abilities, etc., you can kind of keep pace and stay competitive, but there's still going to be enemies that you can't assassinate one shot. Now, if you like that to play that way and you like solving that puzzle, excellent. But if you don't want to, that's fine too. You can turn on guaranteed assassination in the customization menus. That means anyone you get the drop on with an assassination, boom, they're done. And that's just a different way to play. You can play however you want to, and you can switch that on and off to vary it up should you want to. You don't have to make that decision once and stick with it the whole game or anything like that.
Yeah, I've toggled it on and off from time to time.
And yeah, Iron Tion, that's even on high difficulty. That I think you can have that active on a higher
level. So difficulty,
it's like a separate option. It's decoupled from that.
I can jump in and show y'all too, because there's also difficulty settings for combat versus stealth. Also, like they're not necessarily. It's not like a preset.
Okay.
All right, so I threw a smoke bomb, Chris, to distract all those guardians.
What did you get? What gear? What'd you loot?
I was so focused on getting out. I'm not even sure.
Same.
Oh no, we knew what it was going to be.
It was going to be a headgear, right?
Yeah, it was going to be a headgear for Nawe. Here it is.
Nossa, que da hora.
Legendary peasant.
Oh, so it automatically refills an adrenaline chunk when you enter combat. That's pretty good.
So no matter where you come into combat, you're going to have an ability ready to fire off. That is good.
Exactly.
Let's mix it up.
All right, let's get out of here. Let's cheese it.
Yeah, you are wanted.
I am wanted, so I feel like that's as good of a time as any to switch to Yasuke.
I agree.
So let's get out of...
D-Trek saying the environment is awesome, guys. Great job, devs. Hey, thanks for sharing that, D-Trek. We appreciate y'all in chat sharing the positivity and the excitement for Assassin's Creed Shadows launching in just 2 days, this Thursday, March 20th. We will have developers on our stream Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So if you want to come back here, give them their flowers, we'd love to have you. And we'd love to have you regardless. That's what's happening later this week. Yusuf, tell us what's happening now.
What's happening now, Chris, I'm going to switch to Yasuke, and what I love is that there's 2 different ways to switch characters. You can either go to the inventory menu here and just hold down, with like an Xbox controller, hold down the X button. But what I love is you can also, while you're here, if you decide to fast travel, let's say I want to go to, where do I want to go?
Yeah, what do you want to mix it up?
Let's head, well, Iga, so this is Iga, this is where Nawe is from. Let's go here as Yasuke.
Okay.
Why not? So if I want to do that, oh, wait. Oh, I can't fast travel because I'm wanted?
You are wanted.
Let me see.
I mean, it looks like these dudes are literally coming down the road at you. Okay. Are those?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I might have to get out. Let's
have to like leave the area.
Yeah.
Or like find a kakurega. The kakurega folks are like your local bureaus, your like little safe houses in different towns. They allow fast travel. They're spots where you can like refill your rations or your tools and your ammo, depending on if you're Yasuke. And you can do some customization stuff there as well.
Pick up your contracts, manage your allies.
There we go.
Okay.
Speaking of managing our allies, we got to get Yaya on the.
Yes. Okay. So I've gotten out of the region. So I'm wanted in Izumi-Satsu, you can see there. But I'm not wanted.
You made a run for the border.
in Yamashiro.
It's fine.
So yeah, if I want to fast travel to like this Kakarega, I can do it as Yasuke. So I can, as that fast travel triggers, I'll automatically switch.
Okay. Oh, that's clever. I like that.
Yeah. So this is what I got Yasuke in his Ronin outfit right now.
He's got the Ronin vibes for sure. No, sometimes you gotta put the samurai regalia away. He is a tall man. This is not a room built for a man his size. But this is your Kakurega. You can manage your scouts here. Yusuf is gonna get some back, ones that he has used to, or just at the cost of some currency. You can get into your storage here.
Yeah, and these scouts, as you said, Chris, like these were the scouts I used to tag those supplies, which means if I have them tagging supplies, they're busy with that essentially.
Yeah.
They're not going to be able to scout locations for me if
they've got a job. They need to move like 80 pounds of stone from a warehouse in the middle of a castle. It takes some logistical planning.
Exactly. The Kakarega is also where you'll find the contract board, but then again, your scouts will offer you these opportunities. So they've heard a rumor of a gear chest in this area.
Or a gear merchant.
They've heard a rumor of a suitable location for a Kakarega. So I can
that's cool.
accept both of those, and now those will appear on my map. Now as
you're looking around an area.
Like, okay, so we can find a Kakarega there. We can find a chest over here, a gear merchant.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been searching for a gear merchant in Kyoto. That's actually, that's really helpful. I'm very happy.
The scouts came through.
Yeah.
Love it. Love to hear it. So you spent some time here in Kyoto. Again, where Yusuf is, you want to like rough ballpark how many hours in you are?
Yeah, I'd say I've played probably around 10 hours.
Okay.
10 hours of like progression, because we got to a certain point and I was like, oh, I don't want to ruin the story while we're playing on stream. So
yeah, we want to get to a good point while you're on stream. All right, Yasuke, here we are playing. Now you've seen lots of sort of very ornamental.
Mas é isso aí, galera. Então, eu vou finalizando aqui a live. Eles estão aí falando bastante sobre o progresso do jogo, né? Como é que está jogando com a Naoi e o Yasuke. Então, como a gente viu, bastante coisa legal. Para quem tem aí comprou o jogo na pré-venda, você pode estar jogando hoje mesmo, aí 3 dias antes do lançamento, né? Então, vamos dar uma olhadinha aí. Eu vou ver se tem como eu tá pegando ele hoje já, que daí eu já tenho acesso a ele para trazer a gameplay hoje. Se não, ou amanhã ou quinta, a gente traz aí o início de Assassin's Creed Shadows aqui no canal. Mas, se você gostou da live aí, deixa seu likeão, ajuda demais aqui a gente. E se você também aí quer jogar o Assassin's Creed, deixa embaixo no campo dos comentários, né, no chat aí depois, o que você quer mais fazer em Assassin's Creed. Beleza, galera? Muito obrigado a todos. Se você ainda não é inscrito no canal, desce rapidinho, se inscreve no canal que ajuda demais aqui o nosso canal a atingir mais pessoas para ver conteúdos igual esses aí todos os dias aqui com a gente. Beleza, galera? Muito obrigado a todos. Estou indo e até amanhã. Já? Fui.